Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Zion. This is my first time showing up on the podcast. I'm new to comics. I only started reading comics around like late 2023. I used to watch Comics Explained and such. Like the thing with like reading comics.
Man, I love that guy.
Hard to read,
Actually, Zahn has been on the podcast before. You just don't notice because they like to leave halfway through recordings.
Yeah, they leave quite a bit.
Well, no, they don't always leave, but they are usually not talking.
Yeah, they might as well they're like a ghost.
All right.
A specter.
Hey guys, we're back. Comic Kitchen, your favorite comic book show, right?
Yeah,
that was
right?
What was that?
What
was that?
Continue. Just continue.
Yeah,
You have
Blade, introduce yourself.
I just ate an airhead.
Blade.
Hey guys, welcome. Hey guys, welcome back. It's us, Comic Kitchen, your favorite podcast. I bet you missed us, right?
No.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. We haven't recorded an episode in a while. We've been busy doing things, but we're all back talking about Transformers and Transformers 1
The best
and
franchise.
the new Transformers book, Skybound.
Right.
Yeah. And we also have two guests with us.
Two special guests.
Well, I might be more than just a guest, haha.
Potentially. Maybe.
Potentially, yeah.
No.
But introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
No, I was told this was going to be their only episode.
We have a new member.
I am.
This is a special guest. Absolutely clear.
This is the new member.
No.
Hi, I'm Bunbot. You may know me from my TikTok videos. I go by the tag Bunbot, and yeah, I'm very excited to be here with some of my friends here on Comic Kitchen.
I hate you.
Well, why?
You know what you did.
Yeah, and we also have another guest. Do you mind introducing yourself as well?
Yes, of course. Yeah, I'm Ray. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to join this. I'm looking forward to talking about Transformers with you.
Nice.
Heck
Appreciate
it.
Of course, thank you, and you're always welcome back.
Oh wait, me and Tribe didn't really reintroduce ourselves. So yeah, I'm Ryan.
Oh yeah.
The guy who's been like complaining the entire time. That's Tribe.
That's fucking rude.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm Tribe. I love walking on the beach. I love God and my family.
All those are true.
It's true.
All those are true.
I also, just to bring up something from my last episode regarding, a certain incident, I would really appreciate if you guys stopped fucking messaging me and Ryan about it. We've worked through it. We've identified the problems of what happened that night in the hotel room, and it's done. It's fucking done. So just please stop fucking bothering us. Okay, I don't, I apologize for using crass language because I don't. This is like a family podcast, and I don't like swearing too much. But god damn shit, this is getting out of hand, and I need you to stop.
We're gonna be talking. This is gonna be a Transformers, so we're gonna talk about the new Skybound run that's on issue 12, and we're also gonna talk about the new movie. And for the people who've read it, we'll talk about Megatron Origin. The main book that has a good amount of inspiration for the movie.
Yes.
So I'm just curious, like, what is everyone's overall thoughts on the book?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I like the dynamics a lot of the characters have been starting out with, like the Decepticons always infighting, or the Transformers just like barely getting away by the hinge of their teeth. It's really good.
You could have made a car pun there, but you didn't.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a strong start, and I do like how it's well intertwined with all the other books in the Energon universe.
Yeah.
So, for those who read all the other books, what's going on in other Skybound books right now?
I think Void Rivals at the moment, they're on the verge of like letting out the secret that the two races, like the two rival races, are interconnected. And then we also have Scarlet and Destro miniseries, which are supposed to lead up to the main G.I. Joe book coming out next month.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the whole thing with Void Rivals? Because I haven't read too much about it. But
Void Rivals is a comic that's written by Robert Kirkman, and it gives you a little bit of context to the beginning of the main Skybound Transformers book, but it's just like it has really good world building. The character writing is really good, and it's about like two alien races and such. It's basically it's helping to give us more world building for this like universe and such, like having like well written characters with that.
I'm not currently caught up on Void Rivals,
And
but
it also has reoccurring characters from both franchises, G.I. Joe and G1. For example, there's a character named Skugsoid, which is a G1 alien. I think he does the same thing that he does in G1 in Void Rivals, but I'll have to like check.
So
yeah,
this is kind of a weird question, but Void Rivals, it's like a new IP from Skybound, right? Like it's not connected to like any. I don't, you know what I mean? Like it's just a new.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
made specifically for this universe.
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of like Kurtman's like way to like interact with the Transformer stuff without being attached to like any of the other main books that are already exist.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
to make it feel like more like something he owns, even though he technically doesn't own it. You know.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just curious. And then there's a G.I. Joe set tie-in books, right?
There's
Right.
a bunch. The only one I've
too,
read
yeah.
is the Duke book, but I
The Duke?
I really enjoyed that. I don't necessarily, I can't really recall all the details of the book off the top of my head, but I remember like really enjoying like the art by Tom Riley.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, who will also be the main artist on the G.I. Joe book, if I'm correct. Is it?
You know,
Mm.
I feel like with like comics like this, you don't really see them trying to tie in like new universes and stuff like that into like already like pre-established universes.
Yeah,
So
interesting.
I wonder
Yeah,
if
it's
it's like
cool.
a launch pad for them to like push off like new series and stuff like that.
Mhm.
That way they don't always have to rely on these like old IPs and stuff.
That's
Right.
cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
They should do that more.
They really should.
I wish more like series would like have faith in like their new ideas instead of always having to rely on old stuff. Which, don't get me wrong, I love Transformers and stuff, but like, come on, have some
you
faith.
gotta move past. Listen,
True.
this is
Bro, that was a lot.
G1 Transformers. It's the best. The original show. It's the best out of all of the toy commercials of the '80s. It has the most substance, and there's actually some good episodes.
Mm.
It's good. This is good G1 shit. It's just
I don't know. I feel like the Smurfs is a pretty good TV show.
Yeah, I really like Smurfs.
Yeah, the Smurfs is awesome.
Yeah,
You know,
I love
There's
this.
there's the girl one.
But Transformers is a close second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Argument. There is evil.
in my opinion, the franchise is at its best when it's doing something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that,
And-
yeah. Smurf IP.
Yeah, and,
What
and,
year?
and that's part of the reason like why I love the first issue of Daniel Warren Johnson's like run so
Yeah.
much, because
Did
like,
they,
it lets you off know right off the back, this is even though it looks like Gen 1, it's different
That
than
one,
Gen
it's
1.
something different. Yeah.
It's gonna be different.
Especially with that first reveal of major character's death.
Yeah, Bumblebee.
Yeah.
We could say it's been out for a year.
Bumblebee. Yeah.
it's more-
Yeah, we're gonna spoil. We're gonna be heavy
One
on
thing-
the spoiling.
I'll say, and also one thing I like about that, he's getting like characters and ideas and plot points from like G1 that most people don't even know of. Like things that are like later on into like season 3, like
Right.
you know.
Yeah, I have an interesting anecdote about like Bumblebee's death from Daniel Warren Johnson himself. I believe he said this on one of his YouTube live streams that I'm not sure if he's been doing it for like the later issues, but he did it for the first couple. Apparently, he doesn't like to draw Bumblebee. So, and that was like his main reasoning for like wanting to kill Bumblebee off. Also because like it just felt like it'd be like an interesting choice. So he talked to the like his exec from Hasbro, who he's in contact with the book, to ask like, hey, is it okay if we do this? And it turns out that exec was already going to ask him like, hey, we've been showing Bumblebee a lot in like other Transformers properties already. can you just like push him to the side a little bit, not really focus on him, focus on other characters.
The first issue,
Yeah, he fucking he like fucking kill him because we hate him.
So like, it's really funny that like
he got blasted in the face.
it's really funny that both Daniel Warren Johnson and his Hasbro exec were like, yeah, we don't need Bumblebee in this. Just put him to the side. Just put him to the side.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why?
Oh, they just
Honestly,
well.
It's because Daniel Warren Johnson doesn't like to draw Bumblebee. I don't know why. Is it because too difficult to draw?
There's specific detailing on Bumblebee that he doesn't like to draw. That's not on Cliffjumper.
Yeah.
What is that?
I just think that's such a fucking like Chad move for like an artist to just be like, I don't like this character. Dead.
I'm gonna kill him. Yeah.
I don't like Bumblebee. I'm gonna put Cliffjumper in his role instead. And
It really makes me think about how most artists in this world are equivalent to God, and that's what that's what makes it awesome.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, according to it's and something else that's really cool is that like according to Daniel Warren Johnson, the Hasbro execs didn't really give him that much stuff to change in the final product from the first draft. The main thing that I remember him saying was that like Hasbro just told him not to name a specific war when writing the book. So like the war that I can't think of like the dad's name, but Sam
Sparky.
Sparky. Okay,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
the war that Sparky is involved in. They wanted that to be an unnamed war.
It's so obviously Vietnam. Like
It's not Vietnam.
No.
How fucking old is he? How old is he?
I don't know, but it feels very, like,
I think it's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like
World War One.
World War One. Yeah. No, actually,
yeah.
I think it's a Civil War.
I feel like that it's intentionally supposed to be vague. You can like extrapolate Vietnam or Iraq from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering if they were gonna make it something G.I. Joe related. Now that you mentioned that.
Oh yeah, because they're connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Maybe.
I was so thrown off when I initially read that Megatron prequel comic to the Transformers Skybound, because all I see is aliens just holding like Megatron hostage. I'm like, wait, what the hell?
You're talking about the Free Comic Book Day issue?
Yeah.
Back to the G.I. Joe thing. Spike's dad, right? Didn't he have a son previously? Can we get to that real quick? Because I want to.
Oh yeah, if you want to talk about it a little bit.
I was thinking his death was like G.I. Joe related. You know what I mean? Someone was him in space. So I was like, maybe he was part. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm thinking too hard into that, but like, we're just so vaguely mentioned. Like, is that like another book or something? Start it out.
I don't think any of the other books explored that, so it's just still up to interpretation as of right now.
The only like
I'm looking too hard into it, maybe.
the only like because I haven't read Scarlet and I haven't read Cobra Commander. And as far as I'm like aware from Duke and Cobra Commander, the only like Transformers character that crosses over into those books is Megatron. Spoilers.
Yeah. And Cobra Commander issue, I think 3, you find out that he has him. It has him like he has his body because he crash landed it somewhere. I don't know. It might be Antarctica, something like that though. And
It's somewhere with snow.
Yeah. And since me and Ray have only read it, basically the entire he's trying to get Energon to revive Megatron. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Goes through like drastic lengths to get it. It's great character work for him.
Yeah, that makes sense because like I've read the first issue of Cobra Commander, and I can't remember if they explicitly say that, but you can kind of imply this Cobra Commander is trying to awaken this alien robot that he's like really invested in, you know?
Yeah.
And also to speak about the Free Comic Book Days, I don't know if I'm the only one that picked up on it, but I like the little characterization we get of this like Megatron just based off of that, like the little like things he yells at Optimus.
Yeah.
Like, getting thrown off. It reminds me a bit of TF Prime.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm curious like how in the future how interconnected they're going to be, because right now they just really had like one character from each property crossing over into like each other's books. The main Transformers book really only has Duke from G.I. Joe at this point, if I'm correct.
I think they're probably just gonna keep building it up until like we get some big like
crossover
G.I. Joe Transformers like crossover event.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Revolution. It's gonna be Revolution. But
I feel like it's probably gonna coincide for whenever like they start doing the what do you call it, the movie? Because I know they're doing the
maybe
they're doing the Transformers G.I. Joe movie.
I can see that. But I also have a theory. But before we get into that, I just kind of want to talk about like Daniel Warren Johnson a little bit, just because like the reason why I even like started reading the book is because I'm a big fan of like his work specifically.
Oh yeah,
I really like
it was great.
Like Wonder Woman Dead Earth.
Oh yeah, I fucking love Wonder Woman Dead Earth. It's been a minute since I read it, but it's like that book looks beautiful.
It's a beautiful book. I haven't read Do a Powerbomb yet, but I've heard great things about it. I love it. I really love his Beta Ray Bill book. I love it so much.
Yeah, the Beta Ray Bill books. Do a Powerbomb's phenomenal. I'd highly recommend.
Yeah, it's something I want to read, but that's also something I want to take own myself when I read it. You know?
No, definitely.
Like own it in physical.
Yeah.
Real.
But he did it like Reddit AMA, and he kind of goes over like some of his, not just like inspiration for Transformers, the book itself, but also his overall like artistic inspiration. And I feel like it kind of like explains a lot of like his themes and stuff. Oh no, and his overall like bibliography. Yeah. And specifically like the themes of this book.
I'm really like interested in this angle they have for Optimus right now, where he's kind of like experiencing PTSD. Granted, it's not his PTSD per se, but it's still like someone else's.
Yeah,
you don't really see that kind of characterization with people with the Transformers like that. Because most of the time, like you know they're at war and stuff, but they never really show like how that affects them.
We don't see the like the after effects. We don't see how it like.
Oh yeah,
I
mean, we do see it later on.
Once we get to that is IDW and Earthspark. But even then, like, it's good, but most people haven't really read it.
I kind of do want to rebuttal this and say that I think the Marvel Optimus kind of, I wouldn't say it's PTSD, but in that characterization, he's very doubtful. He's a very like worry leader. You can tell that worries definitely burdened him throughout. You know what I mean? I love Marvel Optimus. It's like a lot. He's like one of my favorite characterizations for him personally.
And it's interesting that you mentioned like the PTSD angle, because like to me it seems like the biggest themes of this book is like, you know, themes of fatherhood, themes of like war and what war does to someone's mind.
People,
yeah.
I love like this the characterization, especially between him and Elita. So everybody here has read the latest issue, right?
Yeah.
12. I kind of have an issue that they killed those two specific characters, but like besides the point, even then, I still love it. It's still a great issue. Just that scene where he shoots the energy like that they're breaking to Cybertron, like trying to revive Cybertron, and Elita says, "You chose Cybertron. You chose Earth over us. You chose to save the Earth that we brought our fight on over us."
And honestly, I don't blame Elita for doing it, because if I was in the like that, I don't know if I would be able to like side with this random planet.
Yeah.
And like stories where like the war is treated seriously and it goes on, and the war goes on for a while, it really does kill the planet. Like in IDW, before you realize it, you know, the planet's like damn near dead.
Yeah, but I will say that may not be the route Daniel Warren Johnson is going, because he has said specifically the only like Transformers like medium he is like indulgent is like G1 stuff, so like the cartoon and like the Marvel comic. So
yeah, like Blade said, you can definitely see some of the inspiration for like Optimus' characterization from the movie.
Right.
Yeah. Did we get to the Cobra Commander book at the end of the Transformers book?
We talked a little bit about Cobra Commander, but I found like his like artistic like influence for like overall for his work, but also for like Transformers. James Harren, who is like it's actually one of his like contemporaries. He does like a kaiju book that I can't remember the name of. But Tim Lalique, he's like an artist. Emoto, the creator of Akira, which you can tell that like if you look at Daniel Warren Johnson's work, you can tell like he's like heavily inspired by Akira. Jack Kirby, obviously, Shiro, which I believe that is the mangaka for Appleseed, and Kentaro Miura. Yeah, I think I made this.
Yeah.
But the writer of Berserk, and he also says like, obviously he's inspired by like Marvel's like comic run, and names off like the writer and artist for that. I can't really find it in this AMA right now. I'm having trouble finding that, but I do know he has mentioned that that's like influential for like specifically Transformers and how he like draws everything and how he makes all of these characters like move and stuff. When he's drawing the book, that is, because the first 6 issues.
Yeah, and speaking of the art is phenomenal. I love how dirty and how like textured everybody is. And he draws the first 6 issues, right? And then artist, I think his name is
Jorge Corona.
Yeah, Jorge Corona.
Yeah, Jorge Corona is great.
Corona.
I couldn't tell the art switched until I looked at the credits.
No, yeah, it's literally like the perfect like follow up to Daniel Warren Johnson.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah,
And
they're pretty similar like art styles.
I love how they get like the little odd portions of the G1 designs like perfectly.
oh yeah, no.
Um,
This is small little head, like this.
Yeah.
Like they're built like toys. You know, they still look like toys.
Yeah, they look like you pick them up and smash them together.
Also,
Yeah.
like, I have to say the emotion that was conveyed by Optimus when he accidentally killed that deer was just like, I don't know. They did so much with like
Yeah,
so little.
there's I think a big part of what I also like is like the fragility of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Optimus realizes that like I'm despite him being a living creature, I'm on a living, breathing planet. I'm a metal being. You know what I mean? So he's trying to be very like I said, kind, caring. While Starscream just rip people apart.
Yeah,
like, their interactions are.
There's so
they're
many.
not-
I was like my jaw dropped in that first issue when he squishes
Yeah,
what was his name? Davey,
I
right?
forgot his name. Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
interaction of
the-
life.
Yeah, Carly's dad. Yeah, no, it was crazy.
The interactions of life are so much different compared to Optimus and Starscream. You know what I mean? Like, so Optimus is very like doubtful and very like regretful of what he done. While Starscream just like rip the whole guy apart.
And I also love that like there's so many like parallels like between like characters in this book, like the Starscream and Optimus in that first arc, how Starscream's interacting with like organic life as opposed to how Optimus is interacting with our organic life. How the parallel in the relationship between like how Sam Witwicky, spoilers, loses his dad in the 6th issue compared to how Optimus loses his son figure Bumblebee in the 1st issue, and how like they're trying to they're filling in like the holes in each other's relationship to the point where Optimus
I didn't even think about it like
yeah
that.
to the point where Optimus is like just getting the memories of his dad because of how he dies.
I never really thought of Bumblebee and Optimus as like a father-son thing. I can see.
Yeah.
No, I never really thought about that like that. But now that, I think it's like a leader. You know what I mean? He's a mentor to him, kind of.
Yeah.
That does make sense. Yeah, that's really cool.
I mean, if you think about it, more spoilers. So when Ratchet gets shot in the chest and dies, Optimus doesn't really like give himself time to mourn that, but he does give himself time to mourn Bumblebee's death. Like he's cradling his body.
Yeah,
it's
one thing I really when it comes to the Decepticons, one thing I really do like is it's like they're doing like phases or like types of leadership of the Decepticons.
Yeah.
When Starscream is leader, he doesn't know how to lead. His ego is at its highest. He has like no sympathy or like just care for like anyone. He causes infighting. That the soldiers are like beaten and need help, but he doesn't care.
It's so fun to read. Yeah. It's so fun to read Starscream for me, like how like how just
he's just so evil.
Yep, and then seeing his downfall was so gratifying, like seeing them tear him apart.
Especially Sonic doing it too.
I'm sorry.
Then we have Shockwave, where he's like,
he's like an actual leader.
He's the actual leader, but the thing is he's
no Megatron.
He's no Megatron, and he's also like I love how they cash in. One thing you could like somewhat get but not fully get from Corey Burns' performance in the G1 show, you kind of got this feel. I don't know. At least I got this feel that like he always had. It seems like he has plans beyond like, you know, Megatron's understanding that he wouldn't really pick up on. You know, he's like this mysterious figure, and in this like you know, comic, they fully cash in on that. He's trying to revive Cybertron by taking the Energon on Earth to Cybertron, and that's all he cares about. I love the little scene where, like, you know, while they're underwater, they bring the portal from Cybertron to Earth, and just the fact that he finds like just underwater wildlife fascinating is amazing.
Yeah. Also, it really breaks my heart how everyone abuses sound waves like animals, and nobody respects them. None of the fucking Decepticons, they all just kick him in the face, and he's just like, "Can you guys just let me have this one thing?" And
they're like, "Oh, fuck you, Soundwave."
He got really upset when Starscream kicked him, Ravage, right? And I was like, I think it was during their fight. He's like, "You kicked Ravage."
Yeah.
Before he
I do think there's a certain like fertility and all of that. Like I said, like especially like not fertility, but like fragilely. You know what I mean? Like the sound effect, like the violence in it. You know what I mean? Like slam shit. It feels like real. Like when Spike gets shot, it's like it's
brutal. Yeah.
From the deer, it's a real crunch to it. I just like it. Violence is real. Like I said, when Bumblebee dies, there's some.
I think that's what I think that's what Daniel Warren Johnston is like really great at, is that he's able to make these like very like his art is very stylized, but like his violence like looks so real and like so brutal.
Like that last issue, Optimus holding, you know who was like it's a hard hitting scene. That's like, I just, you know what I mean. His eyes are like purple. It's like it's just Jesus. You know?
Just also I love. When you really think about it, at first I used to think that like all the Decepticons are winning, but when you really like think about it, neither the Autobots or Decepticons are in a good spot. But because they're in like a little battle, a war, none of them really have time to breathe and such.
Right. They kind of just have to get to the next next move, next plan.
Yeah, which honestly, it's what's been really like driving this comic along, is like just them having to figure out how to like recover from each other's attacks. Like all the times that the Decepticons attack like the Transformers plants to like revive their fallen comrades, just always ending up in failure because someone just comes along and fucks it up.
I love that little like moment where they revive Jetfire so he can do one last thing for them, and Optimus just says he's just gonna sit there. I'm just gonna sit here, you know.
He's like, no.
It's such a hard hitting moment. He can't see and he just sits there with him. I love moments like that.
Yeah, it's great.
There's also like I said, there's also like just like those silent moments that hit really hard. You know, like Optimus is talking. Like I said, there's just moments like that, just having the characters just talk. You know what I mean? Really quiet moments with each other. Like it's explaining what family is. You know, clan. There's a very I don't know, realness behind this. I really like.
Yeah, so it's all about family.
It's all about family.
Emotion. It's raw emotion. It's very raw, you know. I really like that.
There's so much soul.
Very soul.
We got heart and soul.
Yeah.
There's a lot of care behind this. A lot of just compassion, I guess.
Yeah, but I do have some bad news. Okay.
Oh.
So we're at the 12 issue mark, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
It's been revealed really recently that Daniel Warren Johnson will be off the book by issue 24. So we're halfway through his run on Skybound.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. So I'm thinking the crossover may not correlate with the movie and may correlate to the end of his run.
Yeah, that's what that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Oh, and also something else, since I'm already talking about it, he will also introduce like a new original character before he goes. So that's something to look forward to.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So who's going after this, and what's some speculation you guys have?
I have no clue.
Yeah, have they revealed who the next writer is?
No.
Or is he's ending?
I mean, he's still got like a year.
They want to keep it a mystery.
Okay.
Wishful thinking, but I think it'd be nice to have a writer like Grant Morrison work on Transformers, just because I think they got them at a. I think they got them working Image.
Yeah.
They teased it like a while
They did.
back.
That's right.
Oh, I would love to see that. That's like a dream come true for me, man. I would.
Yeah.
That's
Same here.
that's cool. I would
Honestly,
love to see something
Grant
like that.
Morrison, I would say Mark Waid, but he has a lot on his plate already with DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing.
Also, I think I'm pretty sure Grant Morrison is like retired, right?
No, what they teased Grant Morrison's going to be writing for Image like a little while ago. Yeah.
Oh,
I think they're kind of doing like DC. I think they're done doing DC stuff though, right? For the most part.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily, but like I don't know. I thought the last.
They called Grant Morrison up for like the DC Pride issue, I think, for 2023.
Oh yeah.
And they wrote a story for it.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But like, we gotta get somebody gay in here.
Well, it's usually like all like gay writers.
It's a Pride special, so they call up several gay people.
Yeah, and last year, who did they call up that wrote Nightwing, where she wrote with like Nightwing getting like a sexually assaulted. But it wasn't like portrayed like bad, like as a bad thing. It's like supposed to be like erotic. What's her name? Devin Grayson. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Some people need to let go of their yaoi sometimes.
I think she wrote like Damian Wayne is a little homophobic too.
What?
That's great.
Yeah.
$3 billion for that writer, please.
Like they took John Kent took Damien to a pride parade and he was not having fun.
Oh, I remember this.
I remember that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they fixed it.
Where he was like, I'm gonna drop fucking smoke bombs on the pride parade.
He's like, you thought it was like a riot or something, right?
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
They fixed it in the trade, is what you said, Ray?
Yes.
Okay.
Would they change?
Yeah.
I think they removed the smoke bomb thing and just had it so Damien's like, I'm just gonna like be there for protection, like, you know, in case anything bad happens, like to the people at the parade, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they made him not homophobic, but the original issue was definitely had him portrayed as that, or at least like to some degree.
That's describes normal reaction to like a pride parade period. Just being like, oh.
True.
I think we've talked an awful lot about Skybound. So I think
let's talk about the movie.
I think we can move on, but before we do, we should have like some. I think we should gather up some closing thoughts. What would you all say is your favorite like moment or character of like the run so far?
Okay, I'm a little biased, but my favorite character and scene, like I said before, it's Shockwave. Granted, I don't think they should have killed him as early as they did, but I love his characterization in this. It's like a culmination of like a few other Shockwaves, but I love that scene of him, like, you know, looking at underwater wildlife, segueing through the portal to Earth and Cybertron, and the fact that just in his years of research and his years of just, you know, creating and doing things, he finds this amusing. It's amazing. Like, he finds it beautiful. I love it. It's great there.
I think one of my favorite moments is what's his name, Beachcomber, right?
Oh, we didn't talk about Beachcomber at all.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of my favorite things. Just seeing him just sitting out there in space and then going in the ocean. He's a cool character. I never think I like Beachcomber that much, but that was a cool scene. I'm like, he might be like my little personal favorite now. That was cool.
Yeah.
I just like him. And then like, I think there was just a hard-hitting scene where like they asked him, "Hey, why didn't you never, you know, can I say it? I guess is this."
I mean, we already talked about like Soundwave dying, so.
Okay, yeah, we were talking about, oh, why didn't you turn him back on? And he was just like, well, I want eternal peace for them. You know, it was just like a kind of. I wouldn't say it's fucked up, but like I guess I kind of get it because it's like, you know, they're always gonna fight. You know what I mean? No matter what.
Yeah.
So it's like. I want them to, you know, I want them to have eternal peace somehow, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Give them, like a way to rest. They never could. It's just like, dang, that's, I don't know, crazy.
Honestly, I think.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I think my favorite moment for me personally, was when Optimus Prime like ripped off his own hand.
Yeah,
Starting
that's
to,
all. That's my favorite moment too, actually.
Yeah, no, that shit is so hard.
It's great.
Cause like
it was the same scene where they made a reference to the touch. I think there was like
You got the touch.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think they could explicitly
You know the
mention it.
song.
Yeah, you know the song.
Yeah.
Oh, just,
you know the
that
sound.
this nigga beat Devastator's ass and flipped him over.
Mm.
He flipped him over. He flipped him over and ripped his finger off.
He was doing wrestling moves on him. They was doing. There's a
Yeah.
lot of
Oh
wrestling.
yeah.
I'm loving the wrestling.
Speaking of
moves.
that, they fight. Yeah, it's like they fight with like megs, but with the wrestling moves like shockwaves,
That's
body
Yeah,
why I love
slams.
how
that's
we're
sick.
We're doing RKOs and shit. I'm loving this. I'm loving the old wrestling.
Yeah, and it's because like he did a wrestling book, right? Daniel Warren Johnson.
Yeah,
Do a powerbomb.
Yeah.
Daniel. That's something else about Daniel Warren Johnson. He loves wrestling. He loves
wrestling is-
he loves like wrestling from everywhere. So he tries to incorporate
No,
like
he do it
a
like
wrestling
that,
move
bro.
into like
So
um
cool.
like what moves does Optimus Prime do in the first issue that's a wrestling move? I can't remember specifically what it was. But he
What is it? I don't remember either. Oh,
But he does like one move on someone. I'm guessing it's Starscream.
Correct.
I think it's the first issue. It may be the third issue, but I'm pretty sure it's the first.
I think it's when he's fighting Skywarp, right? What you're referring to is when he's fighting Skywarp.
That may be what I'm referring to. Then yeah, Skywarp.
yeah. Hold up.
It's kind of crazy what they did to Skywarp 2. They just tore him apart for
Yeah.
parts.
So first
It's
of all,
great. Oh yeah.
he rips his arm off, beats the brakes off of him,
Yeah.
literal brakes off of him, and
And then
because
tears
he's
him
the one
apart.
person with teleportation powers, you forge his body in mind with your already super intelligent supercomputer.
Oh, yeah, and then something with that. I also like I said. I feel like Optimus finds me. He's just like, hey, you got a choice in this, man. Like, it's either us or them. So, like, it wasn't
Yeah,
me,
but-
but it was
yeah.
like, you kind of. I see what happens.
It's
here,
either
it's like
us who are fighting. We're
we're trying to help you, man.
or you fight the people that are in fighting right now,
And then he decides to help him. Like I said, it's just like he's just such a real ass nigga.
Right.
I just say it.
I feel like, I love, yes. This, when you mentioned that, just the fact that his brothers, his supposed brothers, ripped him apart. For
Yeah,
like,
they tore him apart. His own people. And Optimus just said, "Hey, man, like, I'm trying to help you here.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, chill out.
Yeah, you gotta chill out. man.
Starscream
Like, you don't."
specifically, because Starscream is his brother.
And he didn't have to offer him that kindness. They could have killed him right there. He could have did it, but it's just instead he just.
I feel like
just
the
spoke to him.
Seekers. I feel like the two Seekers, if Skywarp ever recovers, they're definitely gonna try to do something a little different with them. Especially Thundercracker. That little moment where Soundwave, like Thundercracker says, "We don't really need to kill these humans. We
Yeah.
have what we need. We don't need to
Yeah.
kill them." And Soundwave says, so what he says is along the lines of no. What is it? No. What's the word?
I think it's like it is what it is. Like it's. I mean, it's
It is what
necessary
it
or
is.
something like.
Yeah,
It
it
is
is
what
what
it
it
is.
is.
He just blows all of them in their little escape boats. It's like,
Mhm.
damn.
Like I said, there's just it's just these quiet moments I think just hit the hardest the most. Like Optimus talking to Skywarp, or who was he sitting with again? Just
Jetfire.
Jetfire. Him sitting with Jetfire. Just those quiet moments I think hit so much harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Bumball, what's your favorite moment?
I do have to say I did like the deer moment, even though like a lot of people already we're probably
No,
gonna
that's
say
fine. It's a great.
It's a great no.
Yeah, it's a good moment.
It's a great team that encapitalized the whole entire run. This sense of
Yeah,
real emotion. Life and
Mhm.
death
yeah.
do matter in this. Life and death. You know what I mean? It's not.
Life
Yeah.
is fragile as fuck.
It broke my heart when Optimus, his stupid ass, stomped on that demon. He should have been scolded for it, and he should have been shunned forever.
What if like Optimus landed in New York and like instead of a deer he just stepped on like a random New Yorker?
He stepped on a guy dressed as Spider-Man.
Yeah, he stepped on Eric Adams.
Yeah.
That's on Eric Ashley.
And he's like, "Oh man!" And then like another human goes like, "Oh, this is a good thing. This is a good thing."
He doesn't care.
Even better, he just oh.
It's like I got gunk on my shoe again. Fuck.
But yeah, my favorite moment is the arm scene, because it not only is it like just a raw and cool moment in the book in general, but it also shows like the lengths Optimus is willing to go for to like save like organic life, the people like and the people of Earth.
Yeah.
Like he's willing
He
to
literally
like
has to arm himself with his
Literally
worst.
ripped his arm.
he whipped his arm off to beat someone else with it. He's willing to like do that.
This is why,
And he's also like you
this
say,
is
he's
why
willing to arm himself with like Megatron's
I
arm
love
later.
Optimus as a character. The way he would just straight up like he will like risk his life to save this alien planet that might want to murder him too and use his body for parts and just won't believe him. The fact that he feels the need to do that. The fact that he feels responsible for the war his like people brought to their planet. That's why I love Optimus.
And my favorite, but since Tri already mentioned that moment, my second favorite moment is I can't remember the Transformers name, but he's a Decepticon who transforms into a camera, and he's just like falling out of the sky, and he's like, oh, I want to get Optimus, and then Optimus just blows his head off.
You're talking about Reflector.
Reflector, yeah.
Reflector.
Like that's such a ridiculous thing to transform into. Like, what is he gonna do? He's gonna take pictures?
Gets absolutely obliterated by the fusion cannon.
Yeah. And my favorite character is Cliffjumper, by the way. I love Cliffjumper.
Cliffjumper is great.
Yeah.
I love his relationship with what's her name. It's cool. And then how she goes.
Carly.
Carly,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's great.
Yeah.
Also, that relationship does feel a lot like Bulkhead and like
Miko.
Miko.
Yeah. No,
From Transformers Animated?
Prime.
Yeah.
Oh no,
Prime, yeah.
Prime. Okay.
Yeah. No, definitely. I see a lot in that. And it's really cool.
So it's interesting. So I can almost tell you Daniel Warren Johnson has not watched that show. Like for sure.
Really?
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, but I think we spent enough time talking about the comic. Let's get to Transformers 1.
Yeah, Transformers
How
1.
did you guys like Transformers 1? I saw
I was actually kind of shocked at how much I liked it.
They need to fire that fucking
They need to fire whoever
They need to fire the
fucking edited that trailer.
I cannot tell a lie. I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. I'm still kind of.
I'm telling y'all.
There's still parts I really don't like about it, but there's parts I do like. I do
Yeah.
like
I mean,
it.
Ryan, you have to understand also this is a kids movie at the end of the day.
Yeah, but like not every kids movie needs like an Olaf-like character.
Bumblebee is not Olaf like character.
He is. I'm sorry, but he is.
You just hate fun.
Okay,
man.
listen. I think Bumblebee. I think he's fine. He's just Bumblebee. I don't think this is.
He's always just been like that.
We've had Bumblebee been followed in the other Transformers movies. Like I said, this is an Optimus and Megatron origin story. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's just comic relief. He's always, you know what I mean.
But like, okay, I wouldn't mind if he's comic relief, but if he was funny.
It's a kids movie. I don't really.
Yeah, it's like I know it's not made for me to laugh. It's made for like.
I mean, like,
And even then, there's some good jokes.
I'd say it's good for what it is. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like even for kids, like the jokes for Bumblebee are a little.
Okay, well, you know what?
Because like here's
you
the
know
thing.
what,
Here's the
Ryan,
thing.
you're
Like
being
with like.
Alert.
Okay. Here's the thing. With that
red light.
We're gonna
with that archetype, there's funny examples of it. Olaf, like the originator of that I'd say of that archetype, is funny sometimes.
Ryan, you're talking like someone who like only watches.
You sound like Mr. Enter. You doing a Mr. Enter right now?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it's not funny for me. It distracts from the movie.
It's not meant to be for you, nigga.
This movie than just a comedy. We're gonna.
Yeah, it's not funny for me.
Let's not dwell on this. Let's talk about the stuff that the movie does good.
Yeah.
I really, man, this is I really love the dynamic between this is it is an Optimus and Megatron origin story, but I feel like this is really highlighting Megatron's. Number one, I get it. Crashing out, that was kind of crazy.
He was a YN 808 crash out.
He was sounding like Malcolm X in some of them damn speeches. I was about to stand up.
Yeah, no, I was about to say I was about to put on my I Heart Megatron shirt and say I agree with everything he says.
Yeah, I was.
The way that Alpha Trion looked at him when he said, "I'm gonna kill Sentinel Prime," that nigga was like, "This nigga cooking."
Yeah.
It was real.
Yeah, no, speaking of Megatron, man, Brian Tyree Henry's like performance in that movie is fucking it was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He really like elevated the material.
Honestly, just the entire it was a bit odd at first, but like just after seeing more of like
Yeah, no, it's really cool how as like the movie goes on, you hear Chris Hemsworth as Orion Pax and
I do,
Megatron
yeah. I do like how they morph into like those like the characters.
They start
know.
sounding like they morph into characters and like their voices start to change and they start to sound closer to their
It makes a lot more
original
sense
voice
like why they didn't get like Peter Cullen and others for those roles.
Yeah. That also wasn't helping this movie's marketing when they said they weren't gonna bring them back because a lot of people
they like ride or die for the voices.
Yeah,
so like
that
was gonna be an instant turn off for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Tough luck.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that. I feel like that's fair though.
I want to say.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll get in that later.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think of like? I'm interested. What do y'all think of how they writ like like just Megatron, the rise of the Decepticons, and Sentinel. Like
I think Sentinel's probably one of my most favorite parts of the movie besides D16.
Yeah. No, the stuff with Sentinel Prime is really good.
Yeah.
They do a good job of like.
You can also tell from like the beginning he's kind of like lying about something.
Yeah. You can tell from the jump he's kind of like a shitty leader.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we care about you miners so much. We're gonna parade you around the rest of mines to get the miners to do better work.
He's talking like he's the president of the United States, man.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You're talking about the morale get up. It's like,
You help the morale up. You make them work harder, please.
Yeah, cheer them up down there. Go help the morale get up.
Yeah, they're not mining coal fast enough. We need more coal.
Of
We need more
course,
fucking energon.
of course, you need more coal.
Shut up.
Something else I also really did like seeing like the culture, you know what I mean? Because we see Cybertron, but we don't see we always see the war, and I want to see like how it was before. Because like I said, Cybertron, it's like it's a mining planet, right?
It's not. No. Cybertron is an actual planet that has its own like little location.
I know, but like I assume.
Are you talking about like in other Transformers books and shows and stuff? Is that what you're trying?
It's not a mining planet. Cybertron is an actual planet. It's just the planet itself is a transformer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a living being.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they mine in it. You know what I mean? That's all. That's like,
Yeah.
That's like a mining planet. That's like their main economy or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Like, is Cybertron being a living planet? Is that something that's like that goes across like most Transformers books and TV shows?
So, in Transformers Cybertron, the 2005 show, Cybertron, it's revealed that Cybertron is actually the being known as Primus, which is the antithesis to Unicron. You know how Unicron is I think he's called Chaos Bringer. He is the god of chaos and like just evil. He's basically the devil, while Primus is god of creation. He transformed into Cybertron to create everything, And it's only in Transformers Prime, and some in the Align continuity, but it's not in all of them. It's not in G1. In G1, the contestants are actually the ones that made the Transformers, which is a pretty.
So, speaking of that, the quintessence. Well, how y'all feel with the redesign? I love seeing new the old alien races come back in Transformers. So just seeing them come back was just so cool to me.
I like that they were a fake out because that means they're absolutely gonna appear in the next movie, and they'll be like,
if there is a next movie,
there's gonna be a next movie.
Yeah, I feel like there will.
Ryan, why are you such a Debbie Downer?
I'm just saying if there is a next movie.
When there's a next movie.
Okay,
exactly.
When there's a next movie.
Because I think it's doing relatively well in the box office, right?
Yeah,
it's gonna do well by the time it leaves. It's not out worldwide.
Yeah, because it's not. Yeah, no, it's not.
That is right. That is right. It's not. It is called It's all domestic right now. Okay.
And
I
also,
sure
the
hope we don't get
success
our
of
words on
Transformers
this.
stuff is dependent on how much toys sell, and not how much the things make.
Yeah.
If the movie,
Yeah.
Not enough people watched Transformers Prime when it came out, but because the toys sold like crack, the show was able to get 3 seasons and finale.
and thank God that
Yeah.
TMNT did good in the toys because I really did like
Yeah.
that. Just a little side tangent.
Yeah.
Okay. It's more like
I love the movie. I'm trying my hardest to see it again. I love how they wrote I think my biggest problem, I think most people would agree, is that it's just a bit too short.
Yeah, no, it's like I feel like this is just a lot of animated kids movies in general. Is that the pacing is just
They're
really
afraid
off.
the kids will get bored after an hour.
I have the feeling.
If shit's not happening, you say they're afraid that the kids are just gonna stop paying attention.
Yeah, I had the feeling that they were gonna resolve the Quintessence conflict within this movie as well, but I guess they're saving it for the beginning of the next one, and then we're gonna be the Autobot Decepticon war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which honestly, I'm fine that they didn't resolve it in this movie.
Yeah, because that's kind of the point. Is that it's supposed to be we're supposed to be seeing the beginning of it. So.
Transformers.
I love that in the IDW books that's where they get the entire, and I guess a line. They where they got Sentinel being the evil fascist that lies to everybody and also has done many heinous things. That the fact that they just did the entire Megatron kills Sentinel, causes the rise of the Decepticons, and they basically take over Kaon in post-credit scenes of the movie. It's enough for me to love it. I feel like I do feel like just again, with the movie being so short, we could have got a little bit more of characterization for Optimus. What we got was great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, we mostly got stuff for Megatron. I feel like
that's why I said it's more of a Megatron origin story, which I feel like is a good way to think about it. You know what I mean? I feel like we look at.
I love just as the movie goes on, you can really see his hate for Sentinel grow just as the movie goes on.
you even
through
see
his mannerisms.
Aren't his eyes yellow? They get orange. They turn red.
They get red. Yeah, no, that's a really cool
they turn him into Anakin Skywalker.
He turns .exe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, one thing I have to say is that this movie does a really good job to showing kids hey, sometimes our world leaders might not always have our.
They don't
best
have your best interest in mind. Yeah.
Yeah, and it does it in such a really understandable way for little kids to understand. But I really hope puts this idea on their head.
Yeah. I do. It's stuff like that. It's just
that's what made me really like this movie more because I wasn't expecting it to just be kind of oh, Transformers, buy our toys, the end.
Yeah, no, that's.
Yeah, I overall, I say I'm happy with the way Hasbro has been positioning Transformers as of recently.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Just overall.
This new change of pace is cool.
Yeah.
Maybe we might get the Transformers games to come back. Revenge of the Fallen.
Good ass game, by the way.
Yeah.
They should make a Transformers game with the Nemesis system.
Or the War Cybertron games. What about those? War Cybertron. They're gonna come back or Devastator. Devastators?
They should.
Devastation.
They should make a Transformers game with the Nemesis system.
Devastation.
The Transformers game where the main characters awoke trans women. That
I want the fall of Cybertron, the world of Cybertron to come back. There's rumors, but it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think they should make a Transformers game with the Nemesis system.
I agree.
I
think they should make every game with the Nemesis system.
I really do think there should be some sort of Transformers game collection. There's so many the Revenge of the Fallen game. What is it?
We have
all the games I just mentioned.
The Bayverse games.
The Bayverse games.
Oh my gosh! I just thought of something. Minecraft with the Nemesis system.
Isn't there Minecraft Transformers? Can you put that on the screen right now? Minecraft Transformers.
Oh, is there?
a real thing right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it sucks for our audio listeners if
someone's
all two of you.
right now. This is gameplay of Zion. Definitely bought it, right, Zion? This is
Yeah, you're so good at this.
This is such a good game. It's all to play now. Okay,
But,
let's get back on.
Yeah. Overall, I'd say like I enjoyed the movie. I like the direction it goes. I do have problems with it. I agree with Zion. It feels a little bit short.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure though that a lot of the problems with this movie will be fixed with the second one though.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've gotten the baggage out of the way, so now they can just like focus.
The length of it that'll be ironed out by.
Yeah.
Also, those robots were fucking gay for each other. There's no way that.
Yeah.
That's something that's been in the franchise for a while, and I'm happy.
That's always Yeah. I really do think we could have got 30 more minutes of like just them interacting like some of the Decepticons, just them outside in the wilderness. You know.
Now. I really what do y'all think of the changes that you wouldn't that like different like the High Guard, the idea of like just like Shockwave,
really
Soundwave, and Starscream being like they're basically ancient,
Yeah.
They defended Sentinel until he,
I'm gonna be honest. Most of my Transformers like knowledge comes from Transformers Animated, the Bayverse movies, and Skybound, and some Marvel comics. So
I like some, most of mine is the Marvel stuff. So I actually like it. I like them being ancient Transformers and them being like, well, you know what I mean? Old like. They're basically like the Decepticons, you know what I mean? It's a cool change.
They're Decepticons, but the thing is, because of a specific guy, they haven't been able to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they've kind of just been sitting there on their asses until and Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
I won't lie, Steve Buscemi's
like,
voice threw me off for a bit.
Yeah.
And then when Megatron started like squeezing his voice.
Right.
Like,
That was awesome.
Then he broke his voice. I was like, oh, that's Starscream.
Yeah, I
was
mean,
like,
I do like that moment, but I also think Steve Buscemi is just like emblematic of like
Starscream.
A lot of issues I have with like just like animated movies in general.
The celebrity stunt casting.
The celebrity stunt casting. Like, there's no reason that had to be Steve Buscemi. And I am glad with how the performances of Chris Hemsworth. Why am I blanking on his name?
I would have.
Brian Tyree Henry.
Yeah.
I'm glad how they turned out, but it does break my heart a little that Peter Cullen, who is a voice actor, wasn't asked to come back, which I understand now in context of the movie why.
Personally, I get that, but I think we should. I don't think we should hold on to like.
I'm not saying like holding on to Peter
forever, and I'll always be in for like new voice actors being in. I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, that's why, in spite of the quality, that's why the the new like live action movies are supposed to be his little send off for all since
he's getting old. My I will clarify, my issue is not the fact they didn't bring Peter Cullen back per se, is the fact that they
didn't ask him.
Well, no, it's not even like Peter Cullen exclusively. Just the fact they focused on getting like celebrity actors to voice act, as opposed to getting voice actors to voice act.
Yeah. I don't have an issue. It depends on the celebrity, but at the same time, it does give off. They're too scared to get actual voice actors. Or
Brian Therese is like I feel like it's in a gray area because of Spider-Verse. He has voice acting work.
Yeah, he's an actual voice actor. Yeah.
Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Steve Buscemi.
Scarlett Johansson barely. Chris Hemsworth and Brian Tyree Henry and Keegan Michael Key. They were marketing. She was like almost nowhere to be seen for the marketing in the movie.
Sure, she's also looking like a Jurassic World or something.
Yeah. And also, not to go back to Bumblebee, I'm not going to talk about like the humor of it all. I promise. For me, I like Bumblebee more so when he's like as like an evergreen character or like a rookie character who's like
like an animated.
Yeah. No.
Where he's like kind of like a newbie and like there's like a little bit more of like a. Like I said, there's like early like a father-son relationship between Optimus and Bumblebee a little bit. Yeah. So I think
mentor.
Yeah, like a mentor. Yeah. That's probably a better way of wording it. But so I don't necessarily like the idea of Bumblebee being there for the origin or being there for like when they both show up. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like another character.
I can get that because like a lot of I get that. A lot of the relationships are starting to build up between Optimus and other characters start to show up when they go on a mission together, they meet each other, and you know they become friends and shit.
Yeah.
I get that, and not just with Optimus, but with other like you know people who are on his Autobot team. I get where you're
Yeah. So I feel like a different like Autobot should have been in that position. I don't know who you could put in there to be like more of a comic relief. Okay, maybe Ironhide.
Really?
Maybe Cliff Jumper. Maybe Cliff Jumper.
That'd be
Yeah.
an interesting role for Cliff Jumper. Actually, I don't think that I wonder how they'll do Cliff Jumper because it definitely won't be like a recolor thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
As of recent, they haven't done that. Anything that's on G1, they haven't done that.
well, the thing with Cliff Jumper is that like he's not exactly like just like a palette swap of Bumblebee.
Oh no, he's a completely different character with completely different like motivations and everything.
I mean, I'm
talking about design wise.
Oh no, I'm also talking about design wise. That's why Cliff Jumper is like in the Daniel Warren Johnson book because he doesn't have like specific like I think like ribbing that Bumblebee has that like Daniel Warren Johnson didn't like to draw.
I know what you're saying.
Maybe like Ratchet instead of Bumblebee could have worked, but they also had to change Ratchet's personality a little bit to make him look more like a comedic character.
Honestly, could have. I'm surprised that Jazz is in the movie. They probably could have done that. But I also like I like the plays he has, and I also one thing I do like about this movie, and I'm hyped to see like later on, just the fact that we see all these little Easter eggs of like characters in the movie. It's gonna be really interesting to just see them in this place, and then just see how they're gonna be in like you know the future during the war and everything.
Yeah, it's really weird that Ratchet isn't in this movie because he feels like one.
There was no Ratchet.
No. I'm pretty sure he's in the movie. It's just you don't notice it.
He's in the background.
Okay, I didn't really see him in the background, so I just thought he wasn't.
Yeah,
in the
I
movie.
didn't see him either. Because like we see Jazz, we see like Jazz like acknowledged. Like I would just like, oh hey Ratchet, you know.
Because Ratchet feels like an old Transformers.
I was
character
assuming that one
Like older.
medic was gonna be Ratchet at the race or whatever, but no, it was like a random robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me overall, movie's pretty good. Yeah.
The movie's great. Something else I want to say is their transform designs. So didn't you say their vehicles represent kind of their more the Cybertronian designs? I guess.
Yeah, it's Cybertronian alt modes, which is why I'm fine. A lot of people will whine that his alt mode isn't a gun, but like I don't have an issue with him being a tank because this tank design is wrong.
Yeah, no, the tank design I love.
I like.
Also, I feel like it's really hard to like really animate a gun.
It's
also,
a lot of people forget someone has to shoot the gun, right?
Yeah.
You also a lot of people forget we live in a post 9/11 America. You really think they're gonna make Hasbro's gonna make a toy?
Yeah, we're doing this with kids guns now.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
I wouldn't say post 9/11. I say post Columbine would probably be more appropriate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
post,
post
yeah,
Columbine.
yeah.
Post just 2000s, man.
Just post everything.
Yeah,
Post Cole. We're living in a post J Cole world.
we really are.
Yeah.
He's not in
Of
the.
course.
He shouldn't be in the big three, by the way. I feel like
I
there should
think
be
we're
future.
past that conversation.
I know. I want to make it apparent to our listeners that that's my opinion.
But I love. I also love that my favorite thing about Transformers is that you can get really violent because they're robots.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
rip them apart.
You can rip them apart. Megatron really rips a guy apart, and then when I just get shot, that
They
whole
have
part
some,
I
like,
get shot, and
Bayverse-
comes back to life. It's brutal.
They have
like
some
that.
Bayverse level just brutality. Like
Especially with
Arachnic-
Sentinel. Oh,
yeah, when
Oh,
Arachnic
yeah.
like comes up into the fucking like high guard base and just starts going crazy on some General Grievous shit. She decapitated at least like 4 niggas when she like went in there.
But that's what I love about Transformers. You can get really brutal.
And speaking of that, I love.
Can I say something real quick?
yes.
Hawk Tuah.
I also really like the this Megatron taking the spark of the Prime that inspired him ever since he was like before he like found out everything he was told was a lie. Him putting that spark or T-Cog into his, something about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was so cool. Yeah, because it was who was it again? The one he looked up to?
Megatronus.
Megatronus. Yeah, the biggest and baddest one, and then like he had the little. He started him with it. That was crazy. He put it on him.
Cool.
I was like, oh, that was insane. Then he stood up back to him. I was like, damn, that's some. What are we doing here? What are we? Am I looking too hard into that? Maybe I am, but I don't know. That was crazy. That was wild.
Oh yeah, and seeing Sentinel kill all the 13 primes like that.
You seen him just take them out. That was crazy.
And then they exposed him by saying, "Oh yeah, well I killed him. Of course I would have. Why are you recording?" It's like they got like a video for him to say the whole thing. Yeah, of course I killed him.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, no, it's like
I killed those babies.
I love when movies do that, and they just have like they like get a video of like the evil guy just confessing to everything and like showing it to everybody.
Yeah, well, of course I killed him. Why would I got away with it if you're not gonna record this? That wasn't me, guys. I couldn't have said that.
It's a very dude twist, and I love it.
Whoa.
It's very fake, guys.
Granted, the way Sentinel is as a character, the fact they're able to just have Sentinel be the main villain, considering how he is a lot of the time, is amazing.
This is great. But do you guys have any more insights on Transformers 1? Any thoughts?
Any closing thoughts? Any ideas of where they may take the? Oh,
a lot of like, I actually feel like for the future, I don't think they'll make the Decepticons as sadistic as they usually are in like a lot of they'll be violent. I don't think they'll be like just far gone irredeemable. Also, based off of that first interaction between the two, I also am really interested in how Starscream and Megatron's like little like dynamic relationship is gonna grow in the next movie.
I'm assuming that's probably gonna be the one who will probably escalate. The relationship being like more divided.
Yeah, I also agree that the Decepticons are not gonna be like as violent as they're usually portrayed. Yeah. I hope Starscream is the exception.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming Starscream's gonna be the one who kind of like gaslights. You know what I mean? He's gonna escalate things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Since this is still a young Megatron, Starscream being the old guy here, and instead of like Megatron, is gonna give us some very it's gonna give us a very interesting version of their dynamic that we've never seen before.
Yeah,
usually Starscream is the young one that joins them.
Mm-hmm. But I think the dynamics honestly kind of still the same, because Starscream's still very much a coward, and Megatron is not in any sense. Well, I mean, I guess he kind of starts out as a little bit like cowardly, but he obviously by the end he's not.
I don't even think he starts off as cowardly, because he still firmly believes and stuff. It's just the fact that he was born and raised to think that he deserved to be, in the place he was. Minor.
Yeah, I feel like you can interpret it as maybe he's not necessarily. I guess cowardly is the wrong word for Megatron, but
sympathetic.
I want to say sympathetic. Well, yeah, sympathetic, but it's not necessarily what I'm trying to articulate. Cautious than he is later into the movie about how he interacts with people.
Do y'all think, though, as the movie's going, if they do y'all think we'll just see the Decepticon cause get twisted? Because that's like one of the main things I'd say when it comes to Transformers stories of death. It's like it starts off as a freedom fighter group against oppression, but as it goes on, it slowly just becomes worse than.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm gonna think. I'm gonna think like the Decepticons at first are gonna have hopeful ambitions, but then they start to get muddled more and more as they start to get more violent and unruly.
I can honestly see Starscream being a devil on Megatron's shoulder.
That's what I'm
saying. And corrupting him even further.
They're definitely the Autobots and Decepticons. I think not Megatron and Optimus yet, but I think Autobots and Decepticons will butt heads when they have to go face to face with the Quintessence. But the thing is, Megatron is he's gonna try to just fully get rid of the Quintessence, though. You know what I mean? Since he just saw them
Yeah, he's gonna try and like wipe them out like entirely. And
Yeah.
It'd be funny
If
if
I
like
had-
Megatron
low-key,
just nuked the surface.
If I had to compare it in a way, I think the first half of the first movie is gonna be that maybe if they do it, if they make the Decepticons like full on to this, it's gonna be that like the quintessence are gonna be that like dip into what makes them insane, kind of
Right.
similar to what Paul Atreides did in Dune Part 2.
I have a feling that like if they're able to do the trilogy, the second movie is going to be them dealing with the quintessence, and then Megatron's going to do something that causes the Civil War in the third movie, and I don't know why, but I have a sneaking suspicion that the third movie may end into like the first episodes of like Gen 1, like they crash
I
into
could
Earth
see that.
and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Josh Cooley actually said something about like the Earth Saga. So if this is successful enough, because the end of the Autobot and Decepticon War is them going to Earth. So if you all we have is the first movie, but if these movies were to be successful enough and get to that level of reaching the Earth Saga, I'd be interested. I'd be interested in what they would like be doing.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully along the way, the Josh Cooley takes a page out of Daniel Warren Johnson's book and blows Bumblebee's head off.
True.
And then Cliff Jumper just becomes a main character.
Yeah, then we get a Cliff Jumper.
Then we get a Cliff Jumper and Beachcomber movie.
Solo movie.
Yeah, no, it's a buddy cop movie with Beachcomber and Cliff Jumper.
Straight to streaming. 8-episode miniseries.
Oh,
8-episode miniseries.
No. What are we talking about? This is gonna be like a theatrical release.
Aren't we getting like more other aren't we getting like another Transformers show after this too, or something?
Okay, so once Earth Spark, the new show, but there's gonna be another show. It's gonna be completely different. It has one of the names listed in this show is Galvatron. And Galvatron is after Unicron and such. So
I know a little bit about Galvatron because I've seen the 80s animated movie
Megatron reborn by the devil.
Yeah, and I also seen the Netflix trilogy miniseries, which is balls.
You did.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's not good. Really?
It's I hate it.
I heard it was like the
It has some very interesting ideas. I don't think it's terrible.
I think it's terrible.
The CGI ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's so bad about them?
I don't.
A bit too edgy, and also just it kind of doesn't
edgy.
understand.
It sounds like my bread and butter.
It is edgy, but that's not my issue with it per se.
No, it's not the good type of edgy.
It's also not like
It feels like it's trying too hard to let us know that they're in a war.
You can tell. Now, not to sound mean, but you can kind of tell the voice actors aren't union voice actors.
Oh yeah, the voice actors. Okay, I want to let you know the voice actors are the people who do voice like the how it should have ended shit.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah. And
what?
Yeah.
Wow.
I
want to watch this. I don't want to watch this now.
It's really boring, to be honest. It's really boring, to be honest. That's why I don't like it.
To not sound like a chud, Optimus has a gamer voice.
Oh yeah, he does. He does. Cause here's the thing. After like the first I probably seen the first like a Skybound was done. Cause like it was. I think I started watching it in like April or something. But like after Skybound, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to get the more Transformers stuff. I really want to like do as much as possible. So I started with that.
IDW, man.
Maybe. There's a lot, and I don't know.
Speaking of IDW.
Yeah. I'm not getting into my thoughts because like it's.
But you sure want to talk about Bumblebee?
Because I feel like Bumblebee is more justified, to be honest, for like my opinions on it. Because I don't really have opinions on IDW, but I don't have any interest.
Have you guys been reading? Have anyone here read any IDW? I've read a little bit.
No.
I mean, we've all read the Megatron origin story.
Yeah.
I haven't.
I read a little bit.
Try. That's because you don't know how to read.
I don't. Why you bring it up?
So, what do you guys think about Megatron Origins? Explain to me who only read half of it. Then.
It's a great little like origin for Megatron and Decepticons. It's like somewhat it's the first full on story. Like we've had things that have like hinted at it, but not full on stories, and that's the
So
first.
what are the comparisons for it means from Transformers 1 then? You know what I mean? Because you said it didn't similar. It's similar story.
Megatron killing Sentinel being the thing that births the Decepticons.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also him being a minor. See, when I first got we first got the trailers, I was a bit skeptical about that. Like Optimus and Megatron both being minors instead of it just being like, you know, Megatron. I was confused on how they would make that good. But it worked for what the story they were telling. And like in Megatron Origin and also Prime, he's also like a gladiator. It's a gladiator. That the guy who goes from a minor to a gladiator to, you know, fighting Sentinel. But they did that doesn't work for this, and that's fine. They did what they did. They did what they did well.
Isn't like their Optimus's and Megatron's dynamic a lot different in IDW compared to like the movie? Because isn't Optimus a cop in the IDW run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they're still like they're still like friends. You know what I mean? They're still like I think they still start off as friends, but it's like they're different.
Okay. So here's the thing.
Not all
before Megatron, you know, starts to fight against like cops, he gets arrested before, and he has like a little like journal where he jots about a bunch of stuff. Optimus finds it, and then he like fights while Sentinel's giving a little like fascist speech or whatever. Optimus just fights a bunch of security guards to like, you know, ask him the way he is, and then he gets confiscated. A bunch of
read his diary.
Yeah.
Fired. I'm crying.
No. He stormed Sentinel. He fought through Sentinel's bodyguards. Like,
no, I'm saying Optimus got inspired by Megatron's diary to fight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ray and Zonan, what's your overall thoughts on Optimus being a cop in IDW?
Yeah. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
It's interesting. What happens? They try to fix it in the Optimus Prime book by changing and retconning some things, but he still becomes the Optimus Prime, you know. But he starts off as a cop because, you know, he wants to do the right thing, but he starts to realize that this system and this government that we work
like
for
that movie
is shit.
Yeah.
You know.
So what are the retcons? I'm curious.
Yeah, put him on the stand. Make the man.
He doesn't beat the shit out of niggas.
He's like.
So wait, hold on a second. Before the retcon, like he did.
He first brutality.
There's a character called Swindle. Before the war, Swindle's like stealing some energon, and Optimus like beats living shit out of him.
Oh.
Maybe not the living shit. But he beats his ass, and then he arrests him. That
Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
That's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
Funny,
Swindle was fighting. Well, you know what? It's kind of hard to say. You gotta read it, check it out. But that story itself is very,
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm not gonna lie.
like
You're not selling IDW Transformers to me.
So how is the whole like Optimus Prime solo book then? Because it's like it's part of the IDW collection. Is it like it's a
in
spin-off
phase
book,
3.
right? Phase 3.
It's phase 3, yeah.
Is there any more insights we get in like his life or anything else we know about him?
I just can't say in just this one thing. You have to really truly check it out yourself.
Okay.
I also want to clarify. I don't think it's my issues are not necessarily of the quality of the books. It's mostly just the quantity of them and reading.
I get that. I get that. But when I started reading, if you really want to get into it and you start reading it, before you'll know it, you won't have that many books left, or just you'll be surprised at how far you're in.
Yeah.
It just depends on how much you care about the franchise.
That's also part of the issue. Because like,
isn't it just like one big IDW collection to read though?
Yeah, the collection has everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's just
I don't
the
think
whole.
it's completed though. There's like still a few things that are missing.
And
I think they were gonna do like one more book, but then they lost the license.
In phase
Yeah.
3, it'll take a while before you get the face. But once you do, whoever reads it, I can just like tell you the stories to read.
Are any of the lost books like important or anything?
They're not lost books. They're just
not
just
in the collection.
Yeah,
They're not in the collection. Yeah, they didn't collect them.
So
because I believe
there's only like I think 3. There's Sins of the Wreckers, and that just ties up like the entire Wrecker saga. And then there's like the last like 20 issues of the books that were in the collection, Optimus Prime and Lost Light.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, it also doesn't have Unicron, which is the end of that entire first continuity.
Okay. So they do have a conclusion.
Yes, it's IDW.
Yes.
It's not.
Okay.
Luckily, it's not Marvel shit.
The collections don't go by publishing order, like release order. They just put it. It's just an order like the editorial decides.
Okay.
Gotcha.
They
So it's not even like chronological.
Yeah.
Chronological in a way, but for most of Phase 1, it's like for the first 5 volumes of Phase 1, it's spotlights, character spotlights, like little short stories. That
It's like
and everything.
it goes through like chronology,
It's
right?
introducing you to these characters. It's also giving you introductions to what these characters do later on in the story. Everything has a payoff essentially.
Okay.
And most of the payoffs are great.
Yeah.
Except for RC.
I will say it's also not just like the quantity. I didn't necessarily dislike Megatron Origins, but also that book didn't necessarily sell me on like the IDW like Transformers line in general.
Yeah. You gotta just read it.
Are there any more interesting insights about the IDW run you guys could like tell us about that makes it so much,
You really gotta read.
That's cooler.
You gotta read it.
I know, but like,
what are some of the themes of like?
Yeah, some of the themes. Yeah, some that you really enjoyed, I guess. Like,
I think I liked Autobot Megatron a lot. That was a good thing for his character.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so like IDW is like the first like the first people to do Autobot Megatron.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anything, I feel like it's probably the first to actually like try to do like a full-on
sympathetic Megatron.
Not even just sympathetic Megatron. How many stories have you seen that fully commit to trying to like redeem like a character that's known for tyranny and such? Especially somebody like IDW Megatron.
Steven Universe.
Steven Universe. That's right. That's right.
Steven Universe.
Yeah, they reformed that monster Greg Universe.
There's a book you'll like once you get to it. It's called More Than Meets the Eye. It follows like a team of Rodimus and a bunch of other Transformers that haven't appeared since like the 80s. They get like everything possible goes wrong, and it's glorious to watch. It also does like world building for other characters.
Okay, well I can say some of the things you all talked about has left me a little more intrigued, and now I can say I may check it out some point in the future.
Yeah.
Honestly, I want to ask if enough people here do check it out. You think we could have an episode that just talks about it, or at least our favorite parts of that universe?
I am not going to guarantee I will check it out, but I will say I am more intrigued now than I was at the beginning of this. At the beginning of this podcast, because at the beginning I was like, I don't think I'll ever check this out. Now I'm like, maybe. I think I want to check out like a little bit like more of the Marvel Transformers stuff before I get IDW.
Marvel Transformers is really underrated, and I feel like based off the fact it's old, not enough people talk about it. Not enough people talk.
Good.
People always talk about like Prime, Shockwave, and IDW Shockwave, but no one ever brings up like
Marvel Transformers, especially the UK one. It's very real in a way. It's like almost like I wouldn't say that, but it's just like there are some like horrifying moments that happen in that book. Like it's just one part that's always stuck with me where it's like there's just like a dimension where it's just nothing there, and they just get lost in it. Just nothing. Just pure emptiness. And I think like there's like a teleportation goes wrong, and a fucking like giant spider like blows up someone's head or some shit. I think
A giant spider?
Yeah, it's a lot of fucked up shit happens. It's like it's gross. It's so cool though.
Wait, hold on. I got a question. Is there a Cliff Jumper IDW book?
Yes.
Oh, like actually?
It's a spotlight.
Like actually?
Yeah, he has a spotlight. Just read phase 1.
I was actually gonna ask, are there any like interesting artists that draw for Transformers? Any artists y'all like in particular y'all could like tell us about?
Yeah, because like Daniel Orange.
So my favorite artists for IDW Transformers are Kizama, which they draw the Optimus Prime book, and the art is it's amazing.
I have one question before we get into more like artists. From what I've seen of like IDW artwork, it seems like they have like a house style to the books. Like a lot of the art, like the artwork seems a little similar. Would you say that's the case, or is there like certain books that look really different than other books?
Yeah, certain books are really different than other books, but the thing is, the IDW, it started off as like I guess they were told to like just do G1 for now. Once you get enough like room and such, you can do whatever you want. And then as they do that, they start to bring in like other artists and like other characters that aren't G1. But yeah, there's like a little bit of a consistent style in the way characters are drawn. I think I get where you're coming from. And
I know you don't want to spoil too much about it, but are there like any like unique characterizations they also have? You know what I mean? For certain characters, like different chains. You know what I mean? Like there are ones that really like that.
Besides the Megatron one.
Besides the Megatron, what's one that really like that speaks to you, or both of you?
Starscream for sure. Yeah, I think he's kind of a bit more like his Armada counterpart. He's like a pretty decent guy deep down. It's just obviously like a lot of the way he acts is because of like the abuse from Megatron.
Yeah, Megatron he really fucking what's the word I'm looking for? He really traumatized them.
Yeah, he's
honestly. When I look at like IDW's characterization for Starscream, I'm surprised we never really see. It's crazy how many Starscreams we get, but none of them have really stepped into that field of after the war, what he does after the war. Because honestly, it seems in character for somebody like him.
I was gonna mention
that's
that.
interesting.
Can I mention that if you want to read it? Doesn't Starscream become a politician?
Yeah,
what?
He becomes the leader of Cybertron.
Yeah.
Okay, but is he like corrupt though?
No. Well, okay.
No.
It's actually the start of his redemption in a way, in like him finding more about. So there's another artist that draws for it. His name is for like IDW. His name is Josh Bertram.
But you got
a very unfortunate sound. Like you did before you couldn't think of the name.
I was stuck in my hand.
I know what she's doing.
With no hands.
Okay, Shockwave. It honestly, depending on like what you want from the character, it is the most drastic. Like it's what you imagine Shockwave is it's like the most drastic characterization of him in the best way possible. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
They do like so many twists. Well, not so many. Just what the little reveals that they do are like the craziest twists in the entire franchise. Oh yeah, and there's a Prowl. Ooh.
Oh, that one's probably one of the biggest ones by far. I was only familiar with them through animated, so when I read IDW for the first time,
it was same.
Yeah, he's a completely different guy. He's not a good person at all.
Interesting.
When you read IDW, you just start to hate him as much as like the characters start to hate him. You wonder why they haven't killed him already. He's like we got manipulator trying to start up a war again, holding information that he shouldn't have. A lot of things.
So it seems like, as opposed to Skybound, and as opposed to like other like Transformers cartoons, which have like the Autobots and the Decepticons on more of like a black and white in terms of morality. IDW seems sure. Yeah, I was gonna say IDW like focuses more like a gray area, because you're talking about like how Starscream becomes like a good politician, and Prowl is like actually like manipulative Autobot.
Psychopath that manipulates people, holds information, threatens to start wars again. He may have killed a bunch of soldiers just so he could save this one guy. Also.
Interesting. All right, we've talked a lot about Transformers.
Whoa. Whoa! We gotta get the
Wait,
main
hold on.
topic.
Oh,
What's everybody's favorite Transformers? What's you guys' favorite? Everyone has a favorite Transformer, and why? Why? Who's your favorite Transformer and why? Because everyone has it. Mine is Grimlock. He's a giant T-Rex. You can't. And Jazz, because he's black. Yeah.
I like Arcade because she's trans and a woman. Like me.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Why you like Cliff Jumper, Ryan?
cause he cool.
Because he dies all the time.
I like Cliff Jumper because he's like Bumblebee but better.
It's because he's voiced by the Rockin' Prime.
Oh, that's
That was,
right.
like one time.
That is right. Okay, I have seen the first episode of Prime.
Yeah, they do it just so they can make you watch it. So it's okay.
But no, I honestly I really like his dynamic in the Skybound book a lot, and I like how he fills the role of Bumblebee in that series. But for me, I don't know. I feel like a lot more of a connection to Cliff Jumper than I have in like Bumblebee in any Transformers medium. But he's also not my favorite character. My favorite character is Starscream. I love like how like evil and vindictive and how bad this character is. And when I say bad, I don't mean like bad as in evil. I mean bad as like what he does.
Yeah.
Very egotistical. It's very funny. He always, no matter every time the Decepticons have a falling out, he tries to get in front and gets his ass like Skybound. Him getting his ass whooped. They like
this dog is fucked up, bro. That's Starscream.
Yeah. It's like he's like a little chihuahua. It's like he tries so hard. It's just kind of adorable, you know. He never gives up.
He never gives up. And I do appreciate
like in G1, where like he's always like jumping at the opportunity to become leader, like Megatron, and he just falls to the ground. He's like, "Yep, I'm leader now."
I love how.
And then this nigga gets revived by the devil. First thing he does, without question, is just turn him into dust. And by that, he's basically a ghost that can never die now because of that.
Yeah, I love how like in the Gen 1 movie, like he finally gets what he wants and he just immediately dies.
Yeah.
It's so good. I guess I can understand like why IDW like tries to like give him more nuance. Because no one else has actually tried to do that. But for me personally, I like how blatantly evil this character is. It's kind of like how why. It's kind of like why I like Frieza in the Namek Saga so much. So
Transformers 1 for a second, because like okay, so his voice gets messed up by Megatron in that movie, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like a thing in any other continuities, or is that just that?
It's not a thing in any other continuity, but it's one of the things that like gives you a little bit of insight to his character, because it's like he's supposed to sound deceptive, you know?
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's got his vocal box messed up. I also like my other Transformer favorite one is what's the Spider one? Arachnid.
Okay, there's Arachnid and Black Arachnia.
Arachnia. I like the spider one, and I.
Oh yeah, we all know why you like her, Blade.
Yeah.
Okay, calm down.
We heard it here first. All to our listeners, Blade wants to fuck the robot spider from Transformers.
Or just a spider.
Just a spider. No, yeah, Blade fucks all of the spiders in his house.
I don't do that.
Yeah, he's kind of like Pusha T with salamanders. That's a. I'm sure there's a lot of crossover between that joke and Transformers fans. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're scaring. I think we're scaring our guests.
What are your other favorite Transformers, guys?
Yeah. Ray, who are your favorite Transformers?
Yeah. Rodimus, like the IDW iteration, especially. I think that we like get a good look at his like leadership in the More Than Meets the Eye and Lost Light books, and I don't think Gen 1 or G1 like portrayed it as well, because Optimus comes back and takes the spotlight from him. But we kind of see in the IDW books like his relationship with his crew and Megatron, and I think that's probably why it's my favorite. The second favorite would be Starscream, of course.
Yeah.
Tribe, what's your favorite one?
Chud Chudjack, yeah.
No, Chop is Starscream. Starscream may not be his favorite, but Chop is basically Starscream.
Shut Jack.
Do not say that. You can't just say that.
No,
Shut-
yeah. Tribe is pretty much Starscream.
How am I Starscream?
Billion-
You know why?
We know why. The listeners don't know why.
Billions must roll out.
No, but like to give you a serious answer, I'm kind of like I would like to say first off before I say it, I'd like to say that I'm eating some the Tonight Dough ice cream right now. It's delicious. And second, pretty basic answer, but Optimus Prime just because he's just Optimus Prime. I don't really know what else to say.
No, that's the one with the what's that one celebrity?
That one guy who got in trouble.
Dan Schneider.
No.
Because
No.
him and Optimus are the only two people with like a lifetime like Kids Choice Award. It's like
That's true.
Oh.
Yeah.
Optimus Prime and Dan Schneider.
They're saying they caught Optimus Prime at one of Diddy's parties.
No, don't say that.
You can't say that.
No, say Bumblebee instead.
Bumblebee was caught at one of Diddy's parties.
Yeah, that's there we go.
All right, I'm gonna say favorite Autobot, favorite Decepticon. My favorite Decepticon is Shockwave. There's something appealing about just the way him scheming, his design with how he just has one eye, so you can't really see him emoting besides his voice. I love how he's just always he gives off he has plans beyond just like anybody on his little team's understanding. It's like he vouched to join and he didn't join out of desperation, like he's using the Decepticon cause as a means to end. My favorite Autobot, I think honestly, it's Optimus. I love him as a character. I love the core, the entire core behind him.
Just because he's Optimus.
Yeah, he's just a leader. He has that rawness behind him.
He's like
There's the aura.
He's like an agent of peace.
He's like Aura, like Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, but
I feel like he has like I feel like he's a good like
Gojo.
role model.
Stop!
You need to wrap this up.
It's like I feel like he's like a encapsulation of the Captain America and Cyclops into one character, like how they operate and stuff, without the baggage of Captain America being Captain America.
No, I can definitely see that because they're both fighters who believe in the ideals of their world, even though they're like, I don't really know how to put it, but I do get what you mean.
Yeah, no, they both kind of have these like, I guess like
They're always the fight for peace and prosperity.
Yeah, they will both of them have these ideals that they're kind of like, so they will stand in the face of basically anything. You know what I mean? Even if it's,
and even though they both have,
right.
keep going.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
And even though they both had the same color palette, Optimus isn't draped in the American flag, so you can put like any. Although there's similar ideals between the two characters, there's not like the contradiction of Captain America, and like his ideals as with Optimus.
They both have a patriotic design, but one isn't covered in like the American stars and the stripes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like just the colors like red, blue. You know what I mean? Just those are inherently just what people associate with like American colors.
Yeah.
I love the way this man will just like without thought throw himself in front of like a blast that could destroy Earth, just as like stop all war. I love that. That's the Captain America thing. Both of them stand for the face of inevitability. Even if they don't, even if everyone disagrees with them, they still think it's right. Like the whole thing of Civil War. He, same, you know what I mean? Same sort of like hard-headed, like I'm strong endurance, I guess, best way to put it.
Yeah, no, I agree. And also, I'd like to revise my answer for the best Transformer. My favorite Transformer. It's the twins from Revenge of the Fallen. That's my new answer.
I forgot all about them. Let's talk about them. One of them's illiterate. Why was that a thing? Why were those movies so racist? What was that about?
I mean, there's two answers.
Guys, so what's your favorite Transformers movie then?
You want to legit?
They're all
Besides the
good.
F1.
Yeah, besides that one, the Michael Bay movies.
They're all good.
I think my favorite is like the '80s animated movie.
Well, we're talking about the Michael Bay movies now.
Well, I like the
don't make
first
me
one the
answer.
most.
Don't make me answer.
Answer it.
Judge.
I haven't seen the last three in a long time. I've seen the first two really recently. I prefer Revenge of the Fallen over the first one because Revenge of the Fallen is just insane.
Yeah.
I think,
Listen,
yeah. Enemy scored
here's-
above.
My take on the Bay films is that, like, yes, they understand some things and don't understand others, but I love them. I love them for like the spectacle of everything. Yeah, the human characters are really bad. The only thing you can note about them is that they're reoccurring. And again, they don't. There's a lot of characters they don't understand. Shockwave,
Yeah.
you know.
And also, in terms of like Michael Bay's whole filmography, I feel like Revenge of the Fallen, ironically enough, aligns with like his overall thematic elements of all his movies, which is just like Michael Bay seems to hate everyone.
And women.
Yeah.
He hates women.
Michael Bay,
Actually,
yeah, but he hates like everyone, and that's like really, you can tell that in like Ambulance, and Pain and Gain.
he just has a deep hatred for society at large.
Yeah, but he loves the American flag.
True.
But I sure love those Transformers.
Actually, I don't even know he actually likes the American flag. He likes showing it off, but
Yeah. I actually really do like some of the designs, but it's just the Decepticons all being kind of gray always like kind of pissed me off. Like Starscream, that's a good design. I love the way like how.
I think it's because they were all military vehicles.
I get it, but it's like
I don't know. Some
get
of
it,
those designs
still.
would look goofy if they had the G1 colors. Maybe if they just had different colors.
but like at least like doled out, you know what I mean? Like doled out color, you know? Like I think there was like an edit I showed you of like a Shockwave. It was kind of like doled out mellow. Like it's not terrible, but like I don't know. I still love like that Optimus Prime is great. The
I feel like
Dodge
I feel like
Chargers
the
with sales went up so much just because of those movies. You know, like it was like a jackpot for them pretty much. Everyone back in the day had, you know.
yeah, the back of the day,
Bumblebee.
if you had like a yellow Camaro, they'd always have like an Autobot like sticker on it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like if those designs like had more iconography that people associate with those characters, it wouldn't look right. I guess it also breaks that
Yeah.
the designs are going for.
I still like the Flame Zone Optimus. That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Like I'm 5. I'm like 5 years old, but yeah, it's cool. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit.
I like seeing the cool shit.
Something got announced the same day that we're recording this. So although this is a Transformers episode, I think we can like briefly just talk about like this comic book movie that was announced.
Oh yeah, Dynamic Duo.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Does
Yeah,
any-
no, I'm really interested to see like
So if you
But it's
guys
gonna be-
here, we're getting a movie with Jason Todd and Dick Grayson as little orphans in the street, and they're making a little
Yeah.
Robin.
Yep.
But it has this interesting studio that it's like a puppeteer like style. It looks like Tim Burton-esque. I really like
Yeah.
I like where we're going.
it's like a mix of puppeteering, stop motion, and like live acting. It looks like
and CGI.
it's very unique. It's not like something I don't think we've ever like really seen
It is,
before.
yeah, it's nothing we've seen in like a feature film before.
Yeah,
I'm assuming they're gonna adapt like some stuff from like the Robbins book. Maybe we'll see Duke Thomas there too. Maybe not. Probably not.
I don't know.
But I'm really curious for that art style. This is gonna be really good.
Yeah, I'm really curious. Matt Reeves in his production company is attached to the movie. He is not directing it. He is just like, I think he's executively producing it. I know he's a producer of some type, but they didn't really clarify. The two founders of Swaybox, one of them will be directing the Dynamic Duo movie, the Robin movie.
The movie, yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much all we know right now. But we're excited, partially because we all like Batman, we all like Robin here. Actually, Ray, do you like Batman and Robin?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all like Batman and Robin here.
What's your favorite Batman and Robin
Love
quote,
Dark.
guys?
But we also like this new like technology and like this new like form of like
Yeah.
mixed media that's gonna be it.
Yeah. But it doesn't beat Batman and Robin.
Oh yeah, nothing will beat Batman and Robin.
That's true.
Best movie ever.
Don't leave the home without it.
So yeah, guys, some thought.
Yeah. You guys got anything else?
Please read the IDW collection of Transformers. It's amazing. And watch
Yeah.
Transformers Armada. And
Yeah, watch Transformers Armada, guys.
I'd like to say hashtag Megatron is right. Hashtag I hate the Autobots.
Hashtag Megatron was right.
Yeah, everything, all of it, all the stuff he did, he's right.
Read Skybound Transformers. I know we spoiled this like those 12 issues up and down, but trust me, you experience the book for yourself. It is really good. Read Do a Power Bomb. Just read anything by Daniel Warren Johnson. Read anything by Daniel Warren Johnson, especially if he draws it. Yeah, he currently has like a creative own book that Riley Rossmo is doing the interiors for the book. The Moon is Following Us. The name of the book is The Moon is Following Us. Issue 1 is out. Go pick it up, or if you want to wait for the trade, go wait for the trade.
Yeah.
But I will say,
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's a miniseries or if it's an ongoing. So, but if it is an ongoing, the best way to make sure it can stays like an ongoing is to pre-order the book. So,
True.
Yeah.
do that if you wanna, but if you can't, that's fine. Bunbot.
Bumbot.
Bumbot.
Alright, yeah, we know. Yep.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good insight, Bumbot.
That's great. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh.
That's really making me think.
Wow. That almost brought me to tears. Oh my gosh.
I should have tears. That was really good.
Yeah.
Ray, what is your closing thoughts?
Yeah, guys, I recommend checking out the Autocracy trilogy from IDW if you want, if you want to read the first meeting between Optimus and Megatron. I think that's a really good a story to read after watching TF1. Nothing else to add. But make sure to check out Skybound Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, great.
I guess that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Thank you, Ray, for joining us today. Thank
you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
I'm like fairly confident that you fell asleep mid recording, but
yeah, Bumbot, not Ray.
Glad you were here.
Bumbot, if you're watching this right now, hi.
Hi, Bumbot. Hi.
Hi, Bumbot.
Fell asleep.
Yeah, Zion, you want to say the last words?
Hawk Tuah, the Hawk Tuah conference.
Skip it, and.
Okay, all right. Thanks for watching. Bye.